First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Midday starts now.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Fox 10 Midday on your Thursday. It's Friday Eve, as we like to say. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell.
And I'm meteorologist Hannah Fink.
Hannah, we had a foggy start to our morning today. I could barely see in front of me when I was driving.
I couldn't either. I was driving in at like 8:15-ish, and I'm like, where's the road?
Yeah.
And then there's still some areas that's seeing that patchiness. We have a marine dense fog until noon. So the areas like the bay and near the coastline, definitely still seeing some of that fog for about the next
Turn
hour.
your lights on for sure.
Yes, and give yourself some extra time out there as well. Always pack your patience is what we say during our morning traffic. Here's a live look outside. You can really see it over at Orange Beach. That fog is still very well present there. See a little bit of it in downtown Mobile, but that is cleared out for the most part. So like I said, if you're near the bay or you're near the coastline, definitely give yourself some extra time if you're heading out and about, especially as we're getting to lunchtime hours. This is lasting to noon, like I had mentioned. And our big thing for today, not much has changed in the forecast. Another above average day. We're about 10 degrees above average for our normal temperature of a high. We usually see 69 degrees. We're forecasting 79 degrees today, so grazing that 80-degree mark. We're definitely above average for that low as well. We usually see about 47 degrees this time of year. We saw 61 degrees for a low this morning. So our temperatures right now across the area, we're going to be hitting that 70-degree mark in the next hour. Some of us already there. We have 70 in Molino, 75 in Gulf Shores, 69 in Navarre, 68 in Mobile, 69 in Calvert, 74 in Groville, and 69 degrees in Lucedale. We're going to continue to go up in our temperatures. A lot of us could see 80 degrees today. Some of us are just barely going to miss it, but we have some lingering humidity, which is why we see that fog, as well as those calm skies out there. No wind either. So we're going to add a little bit on to about 2 to 3 degrees. So that feels like temperature outside, so we could feel like 81 degrees today. And that's all because of our dew points. We have a southerly wind, so we feel a little bit of that humidity grazing that muggy line. And that's going to be the story for today. A lot of us will be in the mid-60s on that muggy meter over the next 10 hours. So we're grazing that a bit humid category line as we go on through our Thursday. Here's a look at our afternoon forecast. Another above average day. Luckily, though, we could see a change in the forecast going for Thanksgiving. I'll break down the rest of your forecast going into this weekend and what to expect for your Thanksgiving coming up.
All right, Hannah, thank you. First, in your headlines today, President Trump has signed the bill forcing the Justice Department to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. Congress passed it easily with bipartisan support, but the president suggested Democrats will regret it. Posting on Truth Social last night, quote, "This latest hoax will backfire on the Democrats just as all of the rest have," end quote. And Epstein, accused of sex trafficking and abusing minors before his death, had ties with both Democrats and Republicans, including the president.
We will continue to follow the law, again, while protecting victims, but also providing maximum transparency.
Attorney General Pam Bondi only saying she will follow the law, but she may redact or refuse to turn over some documents which cite ongoing investigations. New today, New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani is headed to Washington tomorrow. President Trump confirming the two will meet face-to-face, posting on Truth Social. It was just 2 weeks ago that Mamdani had a direct message for the president.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Mamdani has ripped the Trump administration's deportations and threats to cut federal funding to New York City. Mamdani says he wants to discuss with the president an issue that even Trump supporters in New York told him they're concerned about: the cost of living. And happening at this hour, American forces are building up their presence in the Caribbean as the Trump administration continues its war on drug cartels. Fox News correspondent Lucas Tomlinson is in Trinidad with a look at military operations in that region.
Us people.
Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro attempting to ease tensions with the U.S., but here in Trinidad, Operation Southern Spear is underway. 15,000 American troops are now in the region as part of President Trump's war on narco-terrorism. The world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, is within striking distance now of Venezuela. This week, the president said he wouldn't rule out sending ground troops into the country.
We just have to take care of Venezuela. They dumped
hundreds of thousands of people into our country from prisons.
According to a New York Times report, President Trump has also given his approval for the CIA to carry out covert operations inside Venezuela after back-channel negotiations with the country's government failed.
Maduro will have very little choice but to either drift away into the peacetime of his existence or to really accede to what President Trump wants to do.
U.S. military strikes in the Caribbean have targeted nearly 24 suspected drug smuggling boats. President Trump has justified the strikes, saying the U.S. is in armed conflict with drug cartels. But lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are asking for more information.
The U.S. should be strong in using all legal tools against drug traffickers who poison Americans with deadly narcotics. But the last thing Americans want right now is another endless war.
This week, the State Department moved to designate a Venezuelan drug cartel a foreign terrorist organization, potentially opening up the door for strikes inside Venezuela. In Trinidad, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
Also today, hundreds of mourners pay respect at the private funeral of former Vice President Dick Cheney. The casket carrying Cheney, who served as the 46th Vice President of the United States, was brought into Washington National Cathedral with his family following behind, including his daughter and former Congresswoman Liz Cheney. Former Presidents George W. Bush and Joe Biden sat beside former Vice Presidents Kamala Harris, Mike Pence, Al Gore, and Dan Quayle for that funeral service. And breaking locally at this hour, Mobile police are investigating a homicide off Bellwood Drive West. MPD telling us the victim was inside of a neighbor's home armed with a knife before the homeowner shot him. Investigators say this all happened between 12:30 and 1 a.m. today. Police have not yet released the identity of the victim, though. MPD adds the case has been turned over to the DA's office. Of course, as we learn more, we'll update you right here on Fox 10 News. And continuing coverage this morning, a former teacher is out of jail just hours after her arrest on an abuse charge. The arrest comes after, we're told, video went viral on social media, allegedly showing Nicole Staples hitting a child with a belt more than 20 times. Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch says the video was turned over to his investigators, and the sheriff says after watching that video, conducting interviews and consulting with the district attorney's office, deputies moved in quickly to make that arrest. But he says their investigation is far from over.
The fact that another person in the home felt the need to video that is somewhat telling.
Staples was a teacher at Cottage Hill Christian Academy. She has since been fired. We're also told DHR is now involved and Staples' young children are now with a relative. As for Staples herself, well, she's expected to appear in court tomorrow for a formal bond hearing. In the meantime, Mount Vernon's police chief is out of a job. The termination follows a Fox 10 News investigation into accusations of excessive force by a Mount Vernon police officer. Body camera video allegedly shows Officer Newman Brazier pepper spraying, tasing, and then dragging a man in handcuffs. That video on your screen there. The town's attorney, Jay Ross, says Brazier is now under investigation. According to Mayor Eric Peoples, Brazier is still working with the police department. However, Chief Eric Petway says he was terminated, although he says he was never given a termination letter and the town did not specify a reason. Mayor Peoples says Petway was not fired, though. He says the town just wants to go in a different direction, but did not say why. One Mount Vernon resident who wants to remain anonymous says the chief shouldn't have been fired in the first place.
Well, finding out the best chief that we've ever had was fired today was a very alarming and a little scary. In lieu of everything that we saw in the news, we actually thought the officer who assaulted that young man would be fired. So it's very concerning, to say the least.
To speak with Mayor Peoples on camera to get more answers about Petway's termination and the investigation into the officer's actions. Of course, we'll bring you all updates right here. Turning now to the very latest in a Fox 10 News investigation. In part one of a special report, we told you about Michaela Tillman. She suffered a life-altering injury at a downtown Mobile nightclub almost 3 years ago. The gunman in that attack, Darius Rouser, used a Glock switch, which is a device that can turn a semi-automatic pistol into a fully automatic machine gun, which they are illegal under federal law. But until this year, they were actually legal under state law in Alabama. Critics contend that the state law wasn't necessary, but Mobile County District Attorney Keith Blackwood disagrees.
Under state law, when our law enforcement comes into contact with someone and they have one of these illegal Glock switches or machine gun devices, there can be an immediate arrest.
Our investigative reporter Brendan Kirby will have a full breakdown of efforts to stamp out Glock switches in part two of his special report, The Night That Never Ended, tonight on Fox 10 News at 9. Meanwhile, Alabama Power making repairs to a damaged wire on one of their power poles about a mile out on open water. The problem was discovered by routine drone inspection. Crews went out by boat this morning where 2 workers have climbed the massive pole to make those repairs. Alabama Power coordinating with the town of Dauphin Island for the scheduled outage from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. today. Fox 10's Lee Peck will have this full story coming up on your most local news at 5. It's 11:10 now. Thanks for watching Fox 10 Midday and making it a part of your Thursday morning. Still to come, a new jobs report brings welcomed news for the labor market. But overall, Americans aren't happy with the president's handling of the economy. We're breaking down those numbers after the break. But first, Hannah, what are those numbers for our possible rain chances?
Well, we do have that front moving through later on tonight into tomorrow morning. That could increase our rain chances more for our northern spots. Coastal areas will unfortunately stay dry, not helping us out with that drought monitor all that much. But we have another system moving through close to Thanksgiving that could bring us an increase in rain chances, but maybe even cooler temperatures. I'll have more on the forecast in your short-term and long-range forecast coming up.
Yourself at a La-Z-Boy store. It's the Black Friday sale. Save 50% store-wide. La-Z-Boy, long live the lazy.
Welcome back. The long overdue September jobs report is finally out this morning. And while the data is stale, it still shows a resilient job market amid tariffs and stubborn inflation. Fox's Rebecca Castor explains.
After nearly a 7-week delay due to the government shutdown, the September jobs report brought welcome news. The U.S. added 119,000 jobs, more than double the estimate, but still below 2024's monthly average of 168,000 jobs added. Unemployment ticked up slightly to 4.4%.
This is a solid report for the American people, solid report for job growth.
But the report gives a mixed picture. August numbers were revised down to show the economy actually lost 4,000 jobs.
And I think one of the major takeaways from the government shutdown is it really reinforced the fact that private enterprise is better than the government at pretty much everything, which includes tallying jobs numbers.
While September's report is a positive redirection, a recent Fox News poll shows most Americans aren't happy with the economy. 76% of voters view it negatively, and 62% blame President Trump.
Basically, until the price level actually comes down, consumers aren't going to feel any better in their pocketbooks.
That could be why the president has been highlighting his administration's economic accomplishments in recent speeches.
We're also making incredible strides to make America affordable again. That's a new word that they're using, affordability.
But Democrats point out the price of groceries, rent, and health care is still high.
Americans are fed up with high costs and they need a lifeline.
The administration does not plan to release an October jobs report because statisticians were furloughed during the shutdown. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Take a look at this. Scary moments in Phoenix after severe weather. This was the scene inside a shopping mall late last night. You can see puddles of water on the floor of the Desert Sky Mall. Then take a look at the deluge of rain that was falling outside, flooding sidewalks everywhere. The Phoenix Fire Department says crews responded to the mall after the roof collapsed, likely from heavy rain and hail, but thankfully no one was hurt.
Here is a live look outside over at Pensacola Beach. We're still seeing that dense fog near the coastline. We have a marine dense fog until noon today, so areas near the coastline as well as near the bay will see this fog over the next 30 minutes to an hour. So if you are heading out for your lunch break near the coastline, definitely give yourself some extra time and give yourself some patience as well as you head out the door. But let's look at what we're tracking. We have another warm and sunny afternoon. We're back to those above average temperatures. That really hasn't changed in the forecast, but we do have some rain possible tomorrow and cooler temperatures by Thanksgiving. So our forecast highs today, a lot of us are going to be in the upper 70s, even grazing 80 degrees across our more inland spots. We have 75 for a high in Pensacola, 76 in Destin, 79 in Mobile, 81 in Calvert, 82 in Evergreen, 79 in Grove Hill, and 80 degrees in Lucedale. Here's a look at our muggy meter. This is partially one of the reasons why we're seeing that fog, but also thanks to that high pressure system. Because of those clear skies and calm winds and increased moisture, that's why we've had these days of dense fog. That's going to continue on. We've seen it since Saturday this past week, and it's going to continue over the next couple of days as well. Probably might see another dense fog advisory tonight. So as you can see, we're going to be in the mid 60s, so that a bit humid category. So for your afternoon planner, definitely stay hydrated if you have any outdoor plans or those kiddos have after school practices. We'll be in the upper 70s across the area till about 4 o'clock, where we get back into the mid 70s as we get closer to sunset. Speaking of sunset, here's tonight's forecast. Dense fog could develop once again, like I had mentioned. Temperatures will still be on the warmer side, well above average. We have about 65 degrees, a very slight chance for some rain. But here's the big thing that we're worried about. We could see some dense fog. That purple shading is the dense fog, mainly south of I-65 into the west of the bay. So visibility could be on the more dense side on this side of the forecast area. We could see it near the coastline as well. Some patchiness in areas like Monroeville, Evergreen, and Atmore. So do keep that in mind as you make your early morning commute tomorrow morning. And we're still tracking that drought-like conditions across the area. We're still in that moderate to severe. This comes out every Thursday. So as you can see, not much of a change on our drought monitor, but we do have some rain coming tomorrow. But like I said, a lot of us will be staying dry. We do have a front moving through that's bringing us the system of showers and thunderstorms, but it's mainly going to be in the more northern spots. We'll see some isolated showers and thunderstorms in Mobile and Baldwin County, the more inland spots. But look at this. Our coastline is staying dry for the most part. We could see a slight shower or two, but for the most part, this is staying off to our north and lasting through the majority of the day for our Friday. As you can see, then it clears out at 10 p.m. Could see some lingering showers into our Saturday morning. For our long-range forecast, if you have any Thanksgiving plans, might want to be getting ready for that fall-like temperature. We're going to be below average for our temperatures out there. Look at this for a high for Thanksgiving. 61 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, little breezy out there. The system could bring some rain ahead of it, and it's actually going to bring us cooler temperatures in the long-range forecast. So our 7-day forecast says we're going to be warm for the most part, and then our mornings are also going to be on the warmer side. Chance for rain on Friday, and then lingering showers into Saturday morning. Then midweek next week, we have another system move through, which will increase our rain chances, but also decrease our temperatures. So in the long range forecast, we'll have cooler temperatures going into the following weekend. Not this weekend, but the weekend after Thanksgiving.
All right, Hannah, thank you. Something to look forward to for sure. Speaking of Thanksgiving, 'tis the season for shopping and shipping. Some new reports are out about what shoppers can expect. Sarah Wall is taking a look at what the experts are saying about this holiday shopping season, what you need to know before you hit the stores or get online, and the deadlines to get your gifts in the mail. In-depth holiday shopping and shipping is available right now on the Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app. And of course, you can always join the conversation every weekday morning live at 9 a.m. on our Fox 10 Facebook page. Straight ahead, new robotic technology is helping find the origins of seizures in patients with epilepsy. We have that story and much more for you coming up on Fox 10 Midday after this.
Market. 65 years and we're just getting started.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Midday today. A hospital in Arizona is turning to robotic technology to pinpoint the origins of seizures in patients with epilepsy. Fox's Ashley Bowerman has more.
In her late 20s, Stephanie Michaels suffered a serious viral infection in her brain.
I was in the hospital for quite a while. It was kind of a close call.
She's been dealing with seizures ever since. They started small but got worse over time.
They moved into actual grand mal seizures.
Stephanie says medications have helped keep her seizures at bay, but she still averages 3 or 4 a month. They significantly affect her daily life and independence.
I can't drive anymore, so I have to depend on family or friends to take me everywhere for anything I need to do. I know my daughter and some of the family worry about me being by myself because, if I were to fall and hurt myself, there's nobody there with me.
I am always worried about her. She's broken her collarbone, her nose, her ribs, she's constantly getting injured.
But there is new hope for Stephanie and others suffering from epileptic seizures. Laying in a hospital bed post-surgery, she is one of the first patients at Banner to undergo a stereoelectroencephalography, or SEEG procedure, using the robotic surgical assistant, ROSA. ROSA's robotic arm surgically places thin electrodes deep within a patient's brain to locate and track the origin of the seizures.
It allows us to characterize where in the brain the epilepsy is coming from and what can we safely and effectively offer them in terms of a treatment to potentially cure them of their epilepsy.
Dr. Neha Sarme, a neurosurgeon at Banner, gathered detailed imaging of Stephanie's brain. The ROSA software then turned it into a detailed 3D model, which was used to pre-plan the perfect, safest path to place each electrode while avoiding important areas like blood vessels and nerves.
If we didn't have a robot, we would be doing it blindly. The robot helps us precisely aim, navigate our electrodes into certain areas of the brain.
The electrodes record seizure activity for up to 2 weeks. Then ROSA is used to remove them. It was believed Stephanie's seizures were coming from just one side of her brain, but the electrodes detected seizures on both sides. Now Dr. Sarme and her team will make recommendations for treatment.
I guess even if we can't stop them, to reduce them would definitely help.
But it really opened a lot more doors than we've had for the past several years of how to make it better for her and improve her quality of life.
Dr. Sarme hopes to open the same doors for others.
I think it's exciting to show to patients that, hey, there's more out there, there's hope. So I'm optimistic about bringing this to more patients.
Such a neat story and so intriguing to see how technology grows and changes over time. It is 11:27 on your Thursday now. Coming up, why showing gratitude at work can be to your advantage. Plus, tech titans look beyond AI. We have that story and much more in your business headlines. Stay close right here on Fox 10 Midday.
Just as I thought.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Midday.
And it's time for your half-hour headlines now. President Donald Trump signed legislation yesterday, which forces the Justice Department to release all and any files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This comes after months of fighting in Washington about how to handle questions regarding him. Trump, who did not originally support its release, reversed course following political pressure, some coming from his own party. The DOJ will have to release all those documents within 30 days, and although redactions will be included to protect victims, other information cannot be withheld because of, quote, embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity. And then President Trump and New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani are set to hold their first face-to-face meeting in the Oval Office. The long-anticipated meeting comes just weeks after Mamdani's victory. Mamdani has ripped the Trump administration's deportations and threats to cut federal funding to New York City. The president saying Mamdani and democratic socialism will destroy the city, even endorsing Mamdani's rival, Andrew Cuomo. Mamdani says he wants to discuss with the president the cost of living in New York. And then finally, the Red Clay Strays shining bright on country music's biggest night. The Mobile Group taking home Vocal Group of the Year award at the CMAs last night. In fact, this was their first CMA award. They also performed their latest hit song, People Hatin'. Their Alabama artists Riley Green and Ella Langley also took home awards. So a huge congratulations to the Red Clay Strays and some hometown pride right there. Well, turning to your business news now, more people were shopping at Walmart in recent months. Tech titans look beyond AI. A Fox poll shows what's on Americans' minds, and Thanksgiving travel should skyrocket. Fox's CJ Papa has today's business headlines.
Walmart's earnings and revenue topped expectations, and it is raising its outlook for the year. Though lower and middle income consumers are pulling back. Walmart says it's seeing more shoppers with households making more than $100,000 a year. IBM and Cisco Systems plan to link quantum computers over long distances, saying it could pave the way for a quantum internet. Quantum computers hold promise of quick problem solving, but so far, they have been unreliable. A Fox poll reveals affordability is top of mind for Americans, with the majority having a negative view on the economy right now. 62% feel President Trump is responsible for the current economic conditions, 32% former President Biden. Meanwhile, the cost of an average Thanksgiving dinner has gone down. A feast for 10 expected to run you about $5.52 per person, which is down 5% from 2023. And Thanksgiving is expected to be one of the busiest travel seasons ever. Virtuoso seeing a 20% increase in bookings and a 36% increase in sales compared to last Thanksgiving. The company also projecting a huge jump in both bookings and sales over the Christmas holiday as well. CJ Papa, Fox News.
Well, the Wall Street Journal says Verizon is laying off more than 13,000 employees. The company will begin notifying employees today if they are impacted by the cuts. Verizon is aggressively reducing costs and is working to reverse the trend of customer losses. We're told the layoffs are expected to decrease Verizon's labor expenses for non-union employees by approximately 20% overall.
Here is another live look outside. This is of Orange Beach. You can still see that fogginess out there. That dense marine fog is still in place until noon today. So maybe pack your patience if you're near the coastline. But for the majority, visibility is not that bad across the entirety of the area, just really at the coastline. But here's a look at that dense fog advisory. As you can see, it's for all of our coastal communities from all the way in Pascagoula all the way to Pensacola and into the bay as well. This is until noon. So we still have about 30 to 45 minutes for this to clear up. So do be cautious if you're near the coastline, especially if people are out and about during their lunch break. So do keep that in mind as you go on throughout your day. Current conditions, though, across the area, quite warm. It's not even noon yet, and a lot of us are still in the lower 70s. We have 73 degrees over in Fairhope, 80 degrees over in Evergreen already, 68 degrees in Pensacola, 68 at Mobile Regional, and 70 degrees in downtown Mobile. So as you make your way out the door, we're going to see a lot more of that sunshine and those temperatures increasing. We'll be in the upper 70s starting around noon, staying there till about 4 o'clock. We'll be back into the mid 70s, then 70 degrees by 5 o'clock. Once that sun starts to go down, that southerly wind out there around 10 miles per hour, adding on to our temperatures, not really helping us with that feels like temperature out there either. So our afternoon forecast is going to stay sunny, not really a cloud in the sky still because that high pressure is still quite dominant over the area. So our evening planner, we're going to have those clear skies out there. It says partly cloudy to cloudy. That's because of the fog. So really, we're not going to see much of a cloud in the sky, but really that patchiness of fog starts around 7, then it becomes a little bit more dense around 9 o'clock. So that's why that is showing on our evening planner. Temperatures in the upper 60s till about 6 o'clock. They'll be in the mid 60s till about 9 o'clock. And then our drought monitor continues to stay in the moderate to severe side. So make sure you continue to water those plants out there. We will see some rain tomorrow, but it really won't be enough to help us out improve those. That map comes out every Thursday. Could see a difference maybe next week because we have an additional front moving through, but this one will not help us out all that much. We have a front moving through that's going to bring us some scattered showers and thunderstorms to our more northern spots, maybe some isolated showers right behind it for areas in Mississippi, as well as our more inland Mobile and Baldwin County spots. The coastline could see a lingering shower, but for the most part, they're going to stay quite dry out there. This will last through the majority of our Friday. Some lingering showers right behind it until about 10 p.m. That's when we start to clear out. Then we could see some showers early morning into our Saturday, into the afternoon hours, but we only have about a 20% chance of seeing that. So our rain chances over the next 7 days, not all that impressive. We have those scattered showers and thunderstorms for our Friday. Very low chance for Saturday. Then we have another front moving through midweek next week. This actually could help increase our rain chances to about a 50% chance on Tuesday, a 40% chance on Wednesday. It also brings us cooler temperatures right behind it. Some models are in agreement of this, but obviously as we get closer, we'll have more of a detailed look at what actually could be occurring. And then also for our tropical outlook, no new tropical development is expected over the next 7 days. We are in the last month of hurricane season, almost done with it, so that's one thing to keep in mind. And cooler temperatures for our Thanksgiving because of that front I had previously mentioned. Look at that, well below average for Thursday, our Thanksgiving, and then into Black Friday weekend. So do keep that in mind, and then temperatures go back up right after.
Well, the holidays are a season of giving, and right now you can help ensure families in need in our community don't go without this holiday season. As all part of our 10 Caring Gifts food drive, we are teaming up with Greer's Markets. So while you are out and about shopping, just grab some non-perishable food items like pasta, canned goods, dry beans, rice, and more to donate. We have boxes set up at Greer's locations all across our area. And by the way, today our crews will be live at the Greer's Market on Cottage Hill Road from 3 to 6. So come on out and drop off your donation. We'd love to meet you as well. And thank you in advance for your help. Also, at the same time, our 10 Caring Gifts toy drive is in full swing. You can drop off a new unwrapped toy at Mercedes-Benz on Dauphin Street, the Fox 10 Studios here on Satchel Paige Drive, or the VOA Southeast headquarters on Hillcrest through December 15th. So you have a few weeks to do that. You can also scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen to donate right now. We have more information on our website at fox10tv.com. Simply search for 10 Caring Gifts. Well, showing thanks to those around you can help them feel valued. But as the countdown to Thanksgiving ticks even louder, how often are you really displaying gratitude and thankfulness? Besides expressing appreciation at your home, business experts say managers and their teams can benefit from being thankful while on the clock. Fox News' Chris Demio takes a closer look at how.
With Thanksgiving approaching, many people are tapping into the holiday spirit and expressing gratitude to those around them.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
But researchers at Clemson University say these positive feelings shouldn't be exclusive to this season, citing how showing thanks can boost moods and strengthen connections, especially at work. From her studies, assistant management professor Dr. Sharon Sheridan highlights two categories when it comes to how leaders can show their employees appreciation.
So agentic gratitude is really about recognizing an employee for their career competence, their job-related expertise. So that's doing things like formal rewards and recognition, mentoring, coaching, raises, bonuses. The other form, communal, is really about that personal form of appreciation. So that might be the email of thanks, the small token of appreciation, spending time with an employee outside of work.
But Dr. Sheridan says everyone has certain ways they'd prefer to be shown gratitude.
Get to know your employee, figure out what makes them tick. Some people really love public recognition, and others would prefer sort of a private conversation.
Still, displaying any form of thanks is better than not, especially if certain resources for raises or awards might not be available.
If you're hesitant about expressing gratitude, just go ahead and do it. Sometimes people worry that they're not going to get it exactly right, their words won't be perfect, or their gesture won't be exactly perfect. In general, people react really positively to gestures of appreciation.
Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
And I'm going to put that into practice right now. Hannah, so thankful for you.
I'm so thankful for you.
Vincent, our engineer painting in the Studio 10 kitchen, so thankful for you. Braden, our producer, not so much. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Thankful for everyone. Well, it's 11:41 now, and coming up, a cow stops traffic and 4 new cheetah cubs are born at the National Zoo. Hannah and I will bring you your midday talkers in just a moment. Plus, the Queen of Clean shows us how to make sure you are cleaning your countertops the right way. Fox 10 Midday returns right after this.
Christmas Street. Catch all the fun streaming live on the Fox 10 Gulf Stream.
All right, welcome back in. Traffic jams are not unusual, as we know, unless a cow is to blame.
Check this out. Police releasing this video of a cow who decided to go for a stroll.
Wow, in the middle of Interstate 270, by the way, in Hilliard, Ohio on Monday.
The cow causing officials to shut down the highway for more than an hour as they chased after the runaway bovine.
Hilliard police, along with help from Columbus police and the cow's owner, working together to wrangle the cow and bring it back to safety.
Officials believe the cow escaped from a trailer that was stopped on the highway.
Again, this is the year of escaped animals.
It really is. We had a zebra. We had, what was that, walrus or sea lion that one time we talked about?
Oh, maybe
a walrus.
so.
I don't remember what it was. We talked about so many different animals. A bear in a grocery store.
Yeah, I feel like it's a different animal every single week. I would love to see a montage of every single escaped animal from this year. Add some fun music to it and just watch the recap because it's been incredible.
We need Jeremy Roth to do that for a take a look at this.
All right, Jeremy, are you listening to us right now? That's our next request. Well, here's another animal to talk about. A cheetah at Smithsonian's National Zoo and Conservation Biology Institute Front Royal Virginia campus recently gave birth to 4 cubs.
The zoo says the cheetah cubs are strong, active, vocal, and eating quite well.
And they are precious. You can go to the zoo's website to see the adorable 1-month-old babies now on the cheetah cub cam.
The zoo says the mom, Amabala, there we go, may move her cubs around her habitat, so they may be out of view at times.
This is actually the 20th litter born at the Front Royal campus.
Zookeepers say cheetahs can be challenging to breed partly because of their sporadic reproductive cycles.
Cheetahs are considered vulnerable to extinction. There are only about 7,000 left in the wild. Crazy to think about.
That is crazy.
Look how precious they are. They're so tiny.
They're so tiny.
And even better, they have that live cam that you can visit online to watch the mom and her babies, which is pretty cool.
I do love that. I bet you there's a lot of people on there right now. I didn't even know that was a thing. I might have to check it out. I want to do that thing where you show your dog pictures and videos of other. Have you ever seen those things where you put the live action Lion King on in front of your dogs and they just are zoned into it?
Yes, I do that all the time. My dog loves Lady and the Tramp.
Does he?
Loves it.
Absolutely loves it. Like that people, whenever they leave their dogs, are like, all right, let me put on your show. And it's the Lion King.
So cute. I love it. Well, listen to this. There are so many different countertops today, but do you know the right way to clean them, Hannah?
The Queen of Clean shows us how to clean stains off granite, marble, and quartz countertops.
You know, nowadays there's so many types of countertops out there. There's granite, there's marble, there's quartz, there's all kinds of things. And all of them have to be cleaned a little differently. So I want to start out and talk to you about granite. Because granite is porous. It's like stone. You put something on it, it soaks it up. So that's meat, juice, dirt, grime, stains, red wine, anything soaks into it. So I want to talk to you first about removing stains from it. So in order to remove stains from granite, we're going to take a little bit of flour. Now this is just flour that you would use for a cake. And we're going to put it on that stain, just kind of pat it down. Then to that, we're going to add just a little bit of hydrogen peroxide. We're going to take our spoon, and I keep plastic spoons on hand for cleaning projects. I just think they work well. And we're going to just push that down, get it nice and wet, let it sit on that stain, and you're going to walk away. When you come back, take the paper towel, wipe it off, and then wash it down and look at it, be sure it's okay. If you need to do anything more to it, then you're going to take a little rubbing alcohol on a piece of extra fine steel wool and rub that surface with it. And a good cleaner for granite, about 1/8 of a cup of a nice alcohol, rubbing alcohol or vodka will work for you. Fill the bottle up with water, spray it down, wipe it off. That's all you need to do. But once a year, be sure you pick up a sealer at your home improvement store and seal that granite following the directions. That's really important. Now, marble is another thing that is kind of a high care product because everything stains. I know you've heard the horror stories of people spilling red wine on it and they have big red blotches all over, but I want to show you a couple quick things today. This is a beautiful marble countertop. If you want to clean it, you want to mix a little bit of baking soda, a little bit of dish soap. Put it together, work it into any stained areas that you have all over the counter, let it sit. But on marble, we're going to cover that with plastic wrap. And you're going to lay that right over the stain. You're going to push it down. and you're going to walk away overnight. That acts as a pumice, and it pulls out all of that stain. When you come back, wash it off, and you're done. And a good cleaner, again, for marble, remember, is some alcohol. 1/8 cup of alcohol and full bottle of water. Spray it on, buff it off. Now, the easiest thing in the world to clean, and if you're getting new countertops, I highly recommend it, quartz. Quartz comes in lookalikes for marble, for granite, for everything. You'll never know the difference, and nobody else will either. But you can't kill this stuff. You take a little liquid dish soap and some water, put it on your cloth, wash it off, dry it, and you're done. Heat won't hurt it, cold won't hurt it, blood won't hurt it, nothing soaks into it. It is absolutely one of the best products out there on the market today. So, quartz is the best thing to use. If you can't have that, make sure you're using your stain removal guides for marble and for granite. And remember, seal, seal, seal. For more information, go to queenofclean.com. Thanks.
TobaccoFreeFlorida.com to find free resources to help you quit your way.
Okay, listen to this story. Some Illinois farmers went shirtless and then went viral in a so-called boudoir calendar designed for a very good cause. Jeremy Roth has this story in today's Take a Look at This.
They work hard, they play hard. Some not-so-bashful Illinois farmers are going viral after teaming up with a local photographer to produce a sassy calendar meant to celebrate the lighter side of some of America's hardest workers. WQAD reports photog Emily Fryman and organizer Kayla Elliott pooled their resources to coax some local farmers out of their shells and into what they describe as a boudoir photo shoot that was bold, bawdy, and even a little naughty. But it's not all fun and farm equipment. The effort also has a loftier goal. Money raised from the boudoir calendar sales will go towards an Illinois farmers' mental health program, which operates a 24/7 confidential helpline for farmers and their families who may be struggling. Speaking of playful moments caught on camera, a rare and spirited interaction between a dolphin and a family of manatees was captured by the most unlikely of photographers, a police officer. A detective with the Bradenton, Florida PD, who also happens to be a licensed drone pilot, was testing launch capabilities for the department's new Drone as First Responder program when he spotted the marine mammal meet and greet. The playful interaction was a first for the detective, who said he's lived in Florida his whole life but had never seen a dolphin and a manatee playing together. Finally, brand new high-flying images were recently shared by NASA officials of the 3I Atlas comet, which is currently hurtling through space towards Earth. Officials held a presser to reveal a new collection of images and to tell us that we are all screwed. Just kidding. Atlas is expected to pass by Earth in December at a range of about 170 million miles, or roughly twice the distance between our planet and the Sun. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
All right, Jeremy, don't scare us on this Thursday.
I know, you should have seen I went, what?
Like, he's always cooking up something.
Not again. I swear all we've seen is end of the world stuff the last month. Especially with the weather. I'm like, people are posting about snowmageddons in December.
Guys,
I said,
we're fine.
Y'all do not pay attention to anything that's more than 5 days out. I just want to say this. There's been so much stuff surfacing about snowmageddons, the polar vortex, yada, yada, yada. If it's more than 5 days out, don't even listen to it.
Relax.
It's non-existent at this point. That's why we don't talk about it, or we say, hey, we're seeing this. So do remember that whenever you look at that stuff on Facebook. But let's look at our forecast for today. Definitely another above average day. We're still seeing some of that fog out there as well, especially near our coastal communities. But our more land spots are fine. We're good with visibility there. Plenty of sunshine. Another warm afternoon in the upper 70s. Some of us getting to 80 degrees. Then into the overnight hours, we're probably going to see more fog develop. Would not be surprised if we see another dense fog advisory. Meteorologist Nicholas Herboso is in for Jason, so he will be giving you an update on that. And then our rain chances, though, look at that. We see some rain tomorrow into the forecast, and then we could see another front move through closer to Thanksgiving. So we're going to have some rain ahead of that front, and then we're going to see cooler temperatures for our Thanksgiving. So look at that, 61 degrees on Thanksgiving Day, mostly sunny skies, a slight breeze out there around 11 miles per hour, so it'll give us some dryness there as well, so that humidity will go down, a nice breeze. So if you want to get that fall fit out for Thanksgiving, I'd start planning it now.
You know I do. We're looking forward to those temperatures. Thank you so much for watching Fox 10 Midday on your Thursday. We're about to take a live look outside. Look at all that fog, Hannah.
Yep, we saw that dense fog marine warning, so be prepared for that.